Howdy everyone and welcome back to the Game Team after our very short hiatus. As the summer comes to a close, that means it's Gamescom season once again, as the annual European Gaming Convention took place this week, and we have lots to cover with Jeff Keighley's opening night live and various announcements from the convention. This week also brought us a very special Nintendo Direct for Kirby Air Riders, so strap in because we have a lot to cover. Masahiro Sakurai, the creator of Kirby and Super Smash Bros., went in-depth on Kirby Air Riders, a sequel to the GameCube classic, in a 45-minute Nintendo Direct that was basically him walking us through a tutorial, and it was kind of amazing. Kirby, King Dedede, and Meta Knight will all be returning, with the new riders being Bandana Waddle Dee, Cappy, Chef Kawasaki, Magolor, Gooey, Waddle Doo, Knuckle Joe, Susie, and even Starman. Interestingly enough, Kirby won't be the only one with the ability to copy enemies, as every rider will be able to do the same, with Sakurai mentioning that they took the time to give every single rider a hat for each ability. There will also be a large variety of machines to race on, each giving you the ability to achieve certain skills more easily. While the B button will be your boost, the Y button has been added to allow you to perform special actions. This will be important as along the main race mode, City Trial is returning. The mode will take place on Skya, a giant floating island. Players will have 5 minutes to collect machines, skills, and even take place in challenges before they face off in the stadium. You'll be able to choose the stadium you wish to compete in to suit whatever machine you built. It's amazing to see Sakurai and the team at Bandai Namco building what seems to be an instant classic. Also, shout out to revealing every character like a Smash reveal. Kirby Air Riders is set to launch on November 20th, and you can go and listen to the game's main theme, Starlit Journey, on Nintendo Music today. Before we jump into our Gamescom coverage, time for a general news speedrun. Bandai Namco announced a remaster for the PS3 exclusive Tales of Xillia, launching on Halloween this year on all major platforms, with updated visuals, access to the Grade Shop early, autosave, all the DLC, and dozens of quality of life updates. Valve continues to update their secret game Deadlock, with 6 new heroes joining the roster and a new way to access the game, as the hideout has replaced the dashboard UI. Maybe this means a release is closer than ever. Overwatch 2 is preparing to launch Season 18 with its new hero Wu Yang. The trailer for the season though had a big surprise at the end, as it seems the game will be collabing with Persona. Can't wait to see how those skins look. Finally, Helldivers gave us a look at the Halo ODST Legendary War Bond. Dropping with the Xbox launch on August 26th, the War Bond will add 2 Halo-inspired armor sets, 4 weapons including the iconic assault rifle and pistol, and multiple cosmetic items. Jeff Keighley's annual Gamescom opening night live kicked off Gamescom this year. The pre-show presented by Kyle Bossman brought quite a bit of trailers. My personal highlights included a remaster of LucasArts' classic FPS, Outlaws from Night Dive Studios, a crazy-looking game called Densha Attack, where you take control of a Densha in a stylish jet-set radio-looking world, He-Man in the Masters of the Universe, Dragon Pearl of Destruction, a beat-em-up He-Man game, and yes, that is the full title, and Routine, one of my most anticipated horror games, which finally had a release date confirmed for this fall after being announced back at Gamescom 2012. Other announcements included Bubsy 4D, Battlestar Galactica Scattered Hopes, Absolum, Long Gone, Valor Mortis, PVKK, which actually has a much longer name that is German, but I honestly can't pronounce it, so here it is above me, Sword of Legends, Road Kings, and a crossover between Sonic Racing Cross Worlds and Pac-Man World 2 Repack. On to the main show. Keighley opened up the main show with a look at Hollow Knight's Silksong, which actually just had its release date revealed in a special stream. The long-anticipated game is releasing on September 4th, and apparently took a long time to develop because it just did. No big controversies. Congrats to Team Jerry. Following that, the show had a huge set piece for Call of Duty Black Ops 7, where a deep look at the campaign was premiered. Set in 2035, the game will feature an expansive campaign that can be played either solo or in 4-player co-op. There will also be a mode called the Endgame, which will test all the skills you have learned in the campaign. It seems the story will focus on some of the psychological stuff set up in Black Ops 6, and finally continue Black Ops 2's story from way back when. The game is set for a November 14th release. The next big announcement was LEGO Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight, which will see the classic LEGO format changed up quite a bit in what basically looks like a LEGO Arkham game. There'll be a huge Gotham to explore with the character roster being shrunken down to focus on more unique play styles. The story will take inspiration from classic Batman movies, TV shows, and even games. Super excited to play this one next year. Later in the show, the creative team and actors from Amazon's Fallout TV show showed up to premiere the trailer for Season 2. It is so awesome seeing New Vegas brought to life, and it seems Justin Theroux will be playing Mr. House. Season 2 premieres on December 17th with weekly episode releases. One of my favorite trailers was actually for a game called Unbeatable, a very stylish rhythm game where music is illegal and you do crimes. I had never heard of this one, and I'll definitely be showing up day one on November 6th to give it a full playthrough. Xbox had quite a showing at the event, with both Ninja Gaiden 4 and The Outer Worlds 2 receiving new trailers, the latter giving us a deeper look at the companions that will be joining us on our space journey. We also saw the final trailer for Indiana Jones: The Order of Giants expansion, releasing on September 4th, and the confirmation of a Switch 2 release next year. PlayStation also made an appearance with Ghost of Yotei, the big announcement being that the game will receive a Legends multiplayer expansion, just like the original game. And as a big horror fan, I can't go without mentioning the trailers for Silent Hill F, which showed off more of the game's combat, and Resident Evil Requiem, where we got our first look at the return of Alyssa Ashcroft, the mother of our player character. Well, on that topic of Resident Evil, Capcom launched the series' 30th anniversary website, and the artwork they released is just really beautiful. The final announcement at the show was a trailer for Black Myth Zhong Kui, a sequel to last year's Black Myth Wukong, which has now started development. Now, strap in, as I'm going to rapid fire everything else announced at the show. Lords of the Fallen 2, a Sekiro anime titled No Defeat, Warhammer 40k Dawn of War 4, Monster Hunter collabing with Final Fantasy XIV, Onimusha, Arknights, Enfield, Europa Universalis 5, Daemon X Machina, Voidbreaker, Deadpool VR, World of Tanks 2.0, Toxic Commando, Death by Scrolling, Zero Parades, Cinder City, Time Takers, La Divina Commedia, Chronos the New Dawn, Inzoi's Island Getaway DLC, really excited to play that, Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2, and the trailers for big expansions coming to Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Cult of the Lamb, and World of Warcraft. Also, can't go without mentioning the amazing live performance of Alicia from Clair Obscur Expedition 33. Fantastic show all around. Of course, Gamescom is a big show with lots of news coming from the show floor. We got confirmation that the ROG Xbox Ally is set for an October 16th release, although a price isn't set just yet due to economic uncertainties. While on that topic, the PS5 has also received a $50 price increase amongst all models in the US. Definitely no outside factors influencing that one, right? Anyways, back to Gamescom. The final two games in the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection will be MK Mythology Sub-Zero and MK Special Forces. A brand new game in the Hell Let Loose series titled Hell Let Loose Vietnam will be developed by a separate team and take place during the Vietnam War. Deep Rock Galactic spin-off Survivor also had its release date revealed as September 17th. And before we move on from Gamescom, I would love to highlight some of the games we've been seeing footage for from the show floor, as titles like Resident Evil Requiem, Hollow Knight Silksong, and Lego Batman are all looking absolutely amazing. Also, here's a 007 Rubber Ducky just because. Hopefully we get the chance to make it to Cologne, Germany one of these years. And that wraps up this week's episode of TGP and a very busy week of news. I would also like to take the time to say thank you as we officially hit 40 subscribers. As we move into the fall, there is still a lot of great games coming out, and that means lots and lots of news. So remember to hit that like button, subscribe, and click the bell icon so you don't miss a thing. I've been your host, Brandon Alanis, and I'll see you all soon.